I know you're somewhere, somewhere. I'm trapped in.
Hi guys, welcome to the Lines and Tarot. So it's a wonderful day in the den, and we have Twice's career reading from October to December. So we have all 3 months laid out here, and a special set of tarot cards for their biggest scandal or event that may be coming towards the end of this year. So we're going to get to this last. So if you like Twice, and if you want more readings like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will get more readings like this from me more often. So let's get started. Oh, also don't forget that if you would like to purchase your own personal reading, you can email me at thelinesandtarot@yahoo.com. Or you can message me on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter at thelinesandtarot. Any links to any information, if you would like to support the channel, any links will be in the description box below. So let's get started. The month of October for Twice. So let's do how I usually do and start off with the sign, planet, and house. I keep forgetting what order they're supposed to be read in. And I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. The creation of spirituality to ultimately experience responsibly. The gaining of respect, trusting of your psychic knowledge of success. And the third line is things brought to light. To life or to light, resulting from the indecision of or about becoming a person of power and status. So that's a little kind of wonky the way it's read, but kind of what I'm feeling from this is kind of for October, there's going to be a new sense of, there's going to be a growth within Twice and a new sense of responsibility. There's going to be a bit of a change in the way they carry themselves. That's coming in the month of October. And the way they decide that they're going to experience things. So with the gaining of respect for or from trusting your psychic knowledge of success, and it's just going to be like whatever new change that they're going to bring into, may it be a style of music that they're going to start working on, or a style of dress, or a change of image. I think that it's going to be a very good and positive change. It's going to bring them positive feedback. So things brought to light or life, resulting from indecisions about becoming a person of power and status, is just that. I think that there's going to be kind of the changes that are going to come with them changing the image or adjusting their image a bit is, I think it's going to have a positive outcome. Basically, I think it's going to have a positive outcome. It's going to be a little scary for them at first if they decide to go ahead and change their image or adjust their image, which I've actually already been seeing with a Fancy and Even Special. I feel like their image is kind of maturing a bit, so I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, so that's what I'm kind of seeing. Sorry if this didn't make too much sense with these, and the sentences that they make, they kind of depend on the cards, but let's put that to the side. So this is a new tarot deck that I got. I think I don't know if the review will drop before, of this deck will drop before the actual Twice video. I don't think so. I think this will drop before the review, but this is what I have. So I'm going to read in the book for these because it's a very, very, very new deck, if I can't remember it, what they mean. So, product 2, we have product 2, philanthropy in reverse, and then also product VP. So, let's see. Okay, so product 2 is upright, and product 2 says the height of success after many successes, total dominance, monopoly, possibly slight boredom. We also have, for the VP, He's about, let's see. He says expertise in materials, likes the new, but still wants reliable, impatient, and snap judgments. So, it's kind of like I said, I'm feeling like it'll be a very slight change rather than something like a very noticeable, but not overly different from what their image is, that will be coming for, Twice. So I think it's going to be just a slight change for them in their image, honestly, as they appear as the product, unfortunately, but that's what they are. So we have philanthropy in reverse. So it's good intentions, but weak, uncertain stock. Refusal to give, refusal to give, fearful hoarding, failure to transcend old ways. So it's kind of like this change is happening, but I don't think I feel like it's a feeling of they won't possibly like go there. Like, the change won't be a huge change, but a noticeable one and a very slight one. I feel like they may be trying to go a little bit edgier from October out, but still not really have the full push to do that. And I think that's where the sun comes out. I think it's the sun. No, the Pisces sign comes out. It says resulting from indecision, right? So I think it's not really Twice that will be holding indecisions, but the VP who will be trying to figure out how exactly they want to start marketing Twice, though they want to start changing their image a bit, but it just be them being very indecisive about it. So it's just kind of being a gradual change of Twice's image that will be starting from October. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting. I hope that makes sense, guys. So let's just get into the oracles. So we have resistance, action, hole in the soul, and pay attention to signs. And how I feel about this, honestly, is I think whatever this change is, there may be Twice, may actually be some members of Twice who's not there for it, or they just simply don't want to, they don't want to be overworked, because that is a very prominent feeling that I always get with the girl groups specifically, is this sense of being overworked. So yeah, so I feel like some of them may not be too sure about this change, because we have the resistance to this action, So I don't know what this change, and maybe it may not be an image change, but it could be something about the company changing. But I don't see that Twice would be ever so fond of it. But there is a change that seems to be coming up in October that they're not going to be necessarily for. And it may actually be different from the image change. I feel like it may be different from the image change. I do see them slightly changing their image, but resistance to action may be a resistance to something else. We have hole in the soul, and also pay attention to signs. So there's a change that's going inside and out. So this may directly involve JYP Entertainment as a whole, and kind of them just, I think they're going to start noticing these things, and they're things that they're not really about or happy about, and kind of changes that they don't seem to actually want to be made. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the month of November. So we have remember your willpower and freedom. So the first line immediately when I'm reading remember your willpower and freedom it kind of makes me think of the resistance against action. So again, it's like a forced change that is coming about. So remember, your willpower and freedom is very interesting coming up in November. We also have reconsider what you think you know about associations. So again, this is who they're involved with, who they're working with, who's managing them, who's overseeing them, or who's their friends or group mates. There seems to be a sort of inner turmoil that will be going on within Twice and within the company that kind of has them a bit weary. We have the last line says, now is not the time to do it your own way. And so your circle of friends doesn't really go with the sentence, but now is not the time to do it your own way sounds very interesting. It's like a resistance to change, but I'm feeling the change may be a good thing, but they're just not for it. Initially, I thought that Twice would not really be too against it somehow, but I'm seeing that I don't think that the members will be here for this change that may be coming for them, or maybe in the talks of coming for them in the New Year's. And your circle of friends is very interesting with associations and your circle of friends. So with that, I feel like that's a small warning about who they keep close to them within these next few months, because you may have people who may, say some things about them. So they just have to be careful with the people that they bring around them. Okay. So I'm going to go with this oracle first before I read on these tarot. So this oracle says adventures, discovery, travel, meeting destiny. The littlest fairy appreciating beauty, value, and the exquisite value of the exquisite and small. Gossamer's princess, communication, relationships, work to be done. So this is very interesting. Like I said, friends and people close. So it's communication and relationship work needs to be done. And last we have ask for what you want and be honest. So there is a sense of unsettlement going on within the group. It seems like that there is a lack of communication of what they want and how they want things to go for them. There seems to be just changes that they don't want to participate in, or things they don't want to participate in, but they're too scared to ask about it. So more oracle cards. We have release, beauty, and power. And I'm not sure what that reference is, release, beauty, and power, but there does seem, did I see release someplace? Freedom is here. And we have your willpower, and, we also have, it's just very interesting because beauty and power, release, beauty, and power, I can't make sense of it, but somehow it's just kind of like, again, goes back to this change that I feel like is happening for them. And I don't know if this is them not wanting to release an image of beautiful power. So I don't know if they're going to go for more of a tomboyish look, and they don't want to let go of cute and pretty, or cute and powerful. I'm not sure what this is, but there is a need to let it go and, move with the winds, go and change things. So we have pride. Yeah, it's pride, self-love, and temptations. So again, it's like this change that's coming, but it's like an image change or a change within the company that they're not willing to make. They don't want to make this change. I'm very interested in what it is, or how this change is going to go, if it's even going to be that different. Because it seems like the change is supposed to be gradual and steady, so it doesn't seem like it doesn't feel like it's going to be a big change. But the way Twice sees it, it's going to be a huge image change or a huge change within the company that they're really not for. So back to this this tarot deck. This is called the Business Tarot. And so we have the Wave, and the Wave is good luck, good time, excitement, energy, and a leading trend. So whatever this image is that they're against is actually going to be really good for them. It's going to be super good for them, but they're kind of resistant to it. We have 11 audits, so it's truth and understanding, end of deception, and ready to fix things. So it seems like by the end of November, they're kind of going to understand the concept more, understand the changes within the company a little more, and kind of go with that. We have the data VP, and he came out sideways. So it's both, when I have a card that comes out sideways, I feel like it's both the negative and positive traits of this card. So they're both the rational, swift leader. So again, this may have been something that, this change that hit them quite suddenly. We also have metrics over intuition, focusing on short-term things. And we also have a domineering, selfish boss, mistaking desires for valid needs, and information corrupted by bias. So it's the decision. I think what definitely has Twice very wary about this change is kind of the way that the data VP in this card is kind of approaching them with it, or trying to explain this change to them. So the way this person right here is actually not really good with communicating with Twice as a group, and so the way they kind of try to explain these changes that may be happening in JYP, or changes that may be happening for Twice and their image and or music, is in a very off-putting kind of way. This is probably a male. I'm not too sure. Probably a male. And he just don't know how to talk to women. He don't know how to talk to them, and they're very much against this change because of the way he approaches them. They will eventually learn that, or see things in a more positive light, and kind of be like, okay, we're going to do it. Kind of, that kind of feeling will come eventually for them. So that's how November is going to be for Twice. So last we have the month of December. Again, exactly what I'm talking about. The first line says the idealization of cooperation to perfect balance. So it's like sort of the idealization of cooperation to perfect balance is, again, like the girls cooperating with the VP or whomever to sort of make this change, to upgrade themselves or change themselves in a positive way. We have confusion regarding decisions about cooperation. Again, like I've been saying, it's all about sort of that cooperation with the company, because they're very rebellious at this stage. Sorry, my computer is making noise. They're very rebellious at this stage. I mean, that's kind of what I'm seeing. They're not trying to do anything extra. Of course, the girls are tired, but it says, the last line says, sacrifice resulting from the fairness shown by your partners. So partners could be business partners. So that could be that. It could also be group members. Sacrifices resulting in fairness shown by your partners could be some of the members maybe having to give certain things up for this change, or something possibly happening with some of the members that that is just something that they just, I don't know, they just probably don't want. The sacrifice card is very off-putting for me. It's very off-putting for me. But yeah, it seems like this whole thing is like a battle back and forth between Twice, the company, that's going on. sacrifices are definitely going to be needed for change. So I think that's why there's so much against it. Okay, put that here. So the oracles, yes, so oracles say what they say what you mean. Self-sabotage, selling out, cycles. Cycles to me is change. Cycles is change, out with the old, in with the new. Saying what you mean. You know, the sacrifice card is kind of worrying me. And saying what you mean, and then we having self-sabotage and selling out. I don't know why I always seem to get these kind of feelings, but like, I feel like somebody may give up in the group. Like, we have hunger and abundance, so there's like, to me, for me, that's like a need for more. Like a need for more. And this could be the company itself or twice, but a need for more, for growth, for, you know, better results. Okay. But let's go ahead into the business cards, because I got a few of these. Okay, so we have, let me move this out the way for now. We have merger, product 10, money 10, product 5, investors. So to me, merger could be just that, a merging with another company, a merging with another group, or a joining of another group or company. We have product 10, and to me that's like 10 of wands. It's just a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stress, a lot of work, a lot of change, and it just being too much to be taken on at one time. Okay. We have, so let me just go ahead and read more about product 10. Yeah, taking on too much, enthusiasm over wisdom, and making hard choices. And this is in the last month. So that's what we have going on. Also, with product 5 in reverse, we have a brutally competitive workplace. Ambition wins over team spirit. Rivalries at high stakes. So I don't know what they're going to do to these girls. I don't know if they're going to start pitting them against each other, giving them subunits, what they're going to start doing. But there may end up starting to be a little bit of unsettlety within them, maybe a little bit of bickering within the group. Yeah, so the merger is a major disruption, a painful adaptation, exhausted growth, a commoditized product, uncertain future. So a major disruption and painful adaptation is speaking all about how what I was talking about is like this change that's coming within the group company for both image and or music. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think they're going to cut somebody. And I'm always saying this. I'm always this bearer of bad news, but usually it never happens. So, but I'm just going to let you know, it looks like they're in the works of talking about cutting somebody, and it may be Mina. So there's that, because that major disruption and painful adaptation is really concerning me, as well as the self-sabotage and sellout, as well as the resistance to to action, like resistance to an action being made or resistance to an action being forced upon them. So I'm thinking they may actually start or decide to remove Mina by December. So dang. Okay. So we have 10 of money or in reverse. So it's gut instinct, a risky, impulsive move, even if it's justified, and end of complacency. So a risky, impulsive move, even if justified, is very interesting. So it's like this change, taking on way too much, and then a risky move, like deciding to, do something that may not be the best move to make within the group or company. And then we also have competitiveness, pinning, like the girls fighting and being pinned, feeling like they've been pinned against each other, having different sides of, arguments or feelings. Then the last card we have is called investors. So investors, let me see. This is card 15. So investor says great new energy with new demands, experienced advice and counsel, long-term partnership. So merger and investors is like the beginning and the ending. So this still also looks like a merger of a company possibly, or some sort of business or collaboration with someone. This does seem like possibly removal of somebody. If it's not a removal, it's definitely just all about joining another company for twice, something like that. It'll make sense when it happens possibly. But yeah, that kind of seems to be what will be going on here. But the ending is a good thing. So it ends on a good note. With new investors, new money, new possibilities for the group and the company. So it does end on a good note there. Did I check the oracles for this? Yes, I did. Okay. So the last tarot that I checked, I pulled these for Mina. And I actually specifically, more rather than for Mina, I just asked what is the biggest event that will be happening for twice within this year. So I have this Princess of Swords, this Seven of Wands in reverse, the Three of Swords, the Three of Pentacles reverse, the Eight of Pentacles reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this is horrible, honestly. This is absolutely horrible. So this is this Princess of Swords. And we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So to me, it's kind of like a defeated battle that was trying to be fought. A guard that's being let down, more of given up, like a sort of throwing in the towel. We have the Three of Swords, which is extreme heartbreak and sorrow. We have Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is no longer working with others, no longer cooperating with others. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which is no longer working in general. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune that's also in reverse. So it's just like sort of bad luck, bad turn of events. So I'm... like, if Mina doesn't get better by the end of the year, I'm not seeing a good result in that. I don't know what else to really say about it. It's just if she doesn't get better by the end of the year, I do think the company is going to cut her. I do think they're going to do that. And like I said, it's going to be like a hasty change or a hasty decision made with, I guess, good intention, but it was just risky. It'll be risky nonetheless. So that's what I believe the company is thinking about. The company is just like, well, if she can't work, then she needs to go. And that's what's coming up. So please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you know what I'm getting. I've been trying to make sense of everything as I go because I just draw the cards and then I kind of put them in their designated pile and I go through it with you guys. So this is how I'm kind of feeling about this here. This is a very, very clear and direct message. So I do hope Mina gets better, and I also do hope she gets some sort of help. But that's what I have for Twice. It's not really a big, bright, positive kind of message. Business-wise, they're still going to be very, very, very successful no matter what they put out, and regardless of changes. But inside, Twice is going through a lot, with having a lot of disagreements with the company, a lot of disagreements with the company's work ethics, a lot of disagreements with the company's changes, and their treatment of them. There's a lot of that going on. Twice is quite rebellious. They do basically fight whenever they can, not each other, but against the company. They do fight whenever they can, and they try to stand up for themselves, but I just don't see them having any power over the company or what's going on around them. I don't see any power of choice going on here. But that's what I have for them. For those of you who stand Twice and know more about them, you know, please have this conversation in the comment section below. Let me know if it makes sense to you. Let me know if, what do you think is going to happen with Mina as she's going to come back. I'm thinking about doing a separate reading on her, possibly, to make sure that she's okay. So if you guys want that, just leave in the comment section and let me know. And judging by, you know, how many people say they want a personalized Mina reading, I will put out a video for that. But until next time, guys, thank you for stopping by in the den, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.